Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Intuitive Angling, and really appreciate you guys swinging by the channel to check out today's episode. And guys, today we're going to be talking about artificial intelligence and the future of bass fishing. And I allude to this sometimes, you guys are well aware of my stance on forward-facing sonar, but artificial intelligence is sort of like the next level with that. We've all seen the destruction and the chaos and the controversy and the outrage that just, the fundamental, technology of forward-facing sonar has had on our sport the last few years. But when you start to get into some of this unbelievable artificial intelligence that's emerging into our society, that opens up a whole nother can of worms. So I thought about this, guys, and I wrote down 5 or 6 different reasons why I really think that artificial intelligence is poised to just completely ruin bass fishing, and we got to do something about it before it gets too late. So I'm going to talk about some of the stuff I've written down here and then curious to get your guys' feedback on that as well. Also, guys, before we get started, a couple quick things. Anybody interested in booking an on-the-water lesson with me? We're getting all of my jerkbait lessons lined out this fall. Shoot me a private message on my Facebook page, Randy Blaukat Professional Angler, and I'll give you all the details for that. I do most of my lessons here in Missouri on Table Rock and Stockton Lake. And also, guys, please check out, if you're looking for some good places to fish on your favorite lake or a lake you've never been to before, please swing by fishthemoment.com. Check out my lake map breakdowns that I build for them. Great resources to learn more about a lake you've never seen or anything like that. I'll have the link in the description. And one other thing, guys, we still got the end of summer sale going on with my Solar Bat Signature Series sunglasses. 30% off right now this month, including a free hard case from Solar Bat. I'll have the link in the description if you guys are interested to order a pair of that. Use the promo code RandyB, capital R, capital B, for free shipping and handling. So appreciate you guys listening to the plugs there. I know that's a pain in the butt, but thank you very much for that. Okay, let's talk about these things, guys. Like I said, I've jotted down 4 or 5 different things. First of all, you guys that followed me here, guys, I have been bass fishing since 1969. So I've seen a lot. I've seen the evolution of the sport. I've seen things come and go. I've seen, the good and the bad. And I really had an opportunity to see more about bass fishing than most people will ever have in their lifetime. And, I take it seriously because I love bass fishing. And guys, we have entered an age the last couple of years that is just, it's making our fishing unrecognizable to what it, has been in the past, and not in a good way. It's like change is inevitable in life, but there's some things that, there's some aspects of change in our life that are very destructive and very negative that have no place in the realm of change. And this is one of them, the emergence of artificial intelligence in bass fishing. So I want to talk a little bit about, some stuff that I've been over here. So first of all, we don't really know what this looks like. This is beyond my level of expertise, but we've seen it in our everyday life. We've seen the influence of AI, if nothing else, just in the fake videos and memes. You've seen, people, a lot of times you can't tell the difference between if a video is real or an AI generated video, if it's done very well. We've seen it, intrude in every aspect of our life. But in fishing, here's some of the things that we are really up against that is posed to be very destructive to our sport. So the first one is the obvious one. It's the loss of skill and intuition in the sport of fishing. Now, one of the things that separates bass fishing from any other sport out there is the difficult level of it, the level of difficulty, because you're dealing with a sport that has a living creature, and you've got an unlimited amount of controlled and uncontrolled variables. And to really honor the sport, it's something that's time tested, that you need to put your time in. And if you've relegated the sport to some type of computer driven artificial type aid to bass fishing, it completely eliminates the skill part of it and the intuition. The skill part of bass fishing has everything to do from your casting skills to your boat positioning to understanding seasonal movements and patterns, to understand the nuances of bass fishing that make it special. And in correlation with that, the instincts and intuition are part of the primal attraction of fishing. It's something we've had as humans for hundreds of thousands of years. That primal instinctual skill that it takes to be a good angler or a good hunter, all that stuff is wiped out. The need for skill, the need for intuition is completely lost with any type of artificial intelligence aid in fishing. Next with that, it's like when it comes to tournament fishing, AI is going to level the field too much. It's going to level the playing field. Now, one of the things that's really exciting about bass fishing is to see different skill levels. And those skill levels, a lot of it, sometimes you're born with it, sometimes you acquire it, sometimes it's a matter of ingenuity and creativity. But skill levels are what separates, sports. It doesn't matter what realm it is, what type of sport it is, but the level of skill between one competitor and the other has always had an offset that allows people to get excited about it, have stars, and have people to follow. And in fishing, if you start to transcend fishing into some AI-generated event, it's like it's going to level the playing field too much. And the amount of success that an angler has is going to be dependent on its ability to use and utilize AI. It's not going to have anything to do with their skill levels. And when we get into that, we're dealing with a tremendous loss in just what the competitive environment is as a whole there. Okay, the next one, guys, is I got 3 or 4 down here, but anyway, the next one would be the pressure on the bass. It's like pressure on our fishers. We already understand that fishing pressure has a lot to do with our fishing, but when you start to develop technology that is able to identify and isolate bass specifically in certain parts of a lake, tell the size, tell the species, tell how they're positioned on cover, basically have it where there's no hiding places whatsoever. We've already seen that with forward-facing sonar to a large degree, but just imagine forward-facing sonar on steroids with artificial intelligence, where there's some type of creation out there that basically can scan an entire lake and tell you exactly where the bass are at, exactly where they're located. It can tell you how many bass and how big they are underneath that boat dock over there. Or you see that lay down tree over there, this AI aid is going to be able to shine over there on that lay down tree and say, yeah, there's 3 bass on that tree. One of them's located on that farthest left limb, and the other 2 are located up by the root wad up on the bank there. Do we really want that? I mean, is that something that we want as anglers? I don't think it is. I don't understand how anybody could see that as something that's positive. It's just a detrimental advancement within the sport. Okay, the next one is the devastating economic impact that this is going to have on companies that don't adapt artificial intelligence. And we've already seen that, guys. We have seen tackle sales the last 2 or 3 years in the United States have tanked. And they're tanking now because of those stupid tariffs. But another reason they've tanked before is the fact that forward-facing sonar has narrowed down the lure categories that most people purchase. Since everything is so heavy forward-facing sonar now, especially in tournaments, you're dealing with, minnows and jig heads and, a handful of other lure categories, while stuff like the traditional bass fishing lures, topwater, spinner baits, jigs, crankbaits, the sales are down a lot in it. And you're going to continue to see that as AI have more of a presence in bass fishing. You're going to see this huge transition as far as in tackle companies that are successful versus ones that are not, and it's going to put a lot of tackle companies out of business that simply they have no intention and they can't keep up with it. Okay, the next one is, I talk about this a lot, guys. It's what I consider sort of the loss of the soul of fishing. Fishing on a very fundamental, basic, pure level, the foundational level of fishing is mystery and magic and unknown. That's what makes fishing powerful. It's like, if you don't understand that, I feel sorry for you. If you don't understand when you roll up to a main lake point out there and you have no idea if there's a bass there. There could be a big school of bass out there, or there could be no bass out there. But you have this hope and you have this excitement and this anticipation, and you only are going to figure that out by fishing to find the fish. Now, when you use artificial intelligence, and even now with forward-facing sonar, instead of having that mystery and the magic and the unknown of not knowing what's on that point, you know, you can actually sign the forward-facing sonar up there now and see if there's any fish there. Again, imagine the advancement of AI beyond forward-facing sonar, where you can shine it on that point and you can tell everything. You can tell how many crawdads are there, how many bass are there, how much bait fish, all this type of stuff. You completely wipe out the mystery and the magic of the sport, which is the soul of the sport. And that is one of the things right now that young anglers, from what I have seen about a lot of young bass anglers out there, they are not being educated and they are not being taught by their peers and their mentors to understand and have that respect for that unknown and the mystery and the magic. Just think about it, guys. If you're a 7 or 8 year old kid, right? And if you're my 7 or 8 year old kid, I'm going to stress to you the mystery and the magic and the primal skills of fishing. That's going to be hammered into you because that's the right thing to do. But if you're a 7 or 8 or 9 year old kid and you don't have any awareness of that, it's like the mystery and the magic and the unknown are not even mentioned to you, and the only thing that you're being taught is how to navigate through that touch screen on your spotlight machine up there or on your AI apparatus or whatever. Imagine how sad that is. Imagine the loss and not having everything that is valuable in fishing just taken away from you. And that's what we've seen a lot right now. So that's a bad deal. And finally, guys, this whole thing creates a lot of unfair, sort of like it creates an unfair playing field within tournaments, because we've all seen the financial disparity that has been occurring in our sport. You've got a lot of people out there that can have $50,000 worth of electronics on their boat. You got a lot of people that can't afford to have, a little 7-inch 2D sonar on there. And this creates an unlevel playing field in terms of the financial disparity. So when you start having AI technology that improves every single year, it's like a cell phone. It's like cell phones get more expensive every year. It's going to be the same with this. It's like there's going to be something new next year you got to have. There's a new advancement. There's a new tweaking that you have to have. And eventually you have this larger and larger gap as far as the financial disparity. It turns bass fishing into even more of an elitist sport than it already is. So none of this in any aspect, shape, or form is good for the sport. AI has no place in bass fishing whatsoever, no place. And the thing that we have to do here is there's two segments of this industry that have got to start acting like adults. Number one, the tournament organizations. The tournament organizations have the power to stop this crap in its tracks. They do. All they have to do is say, artificial intelligence, forward-facing sonar are not allowed in tournament competition. Tournament competition, we're going to maintain the tradition and the heritage of it. You're supposed to be the best. You're supposed to be your professional bass anglers. You shouldn't need artificial technology to show you where the fish are. Tournament organizations have got to start being the adult in the rooms, which they have not been, and just stop this in its tracks. The second with that is you've got to have the state conservation agencies do the same thing. I am ashamed, and I am really, really disappointed in the reaction of the state conservation departments around the country for their inaction on forward-facing sonar and this advancing AI technology. They are dragging their feet on it. It's irresponsible. They don't know what they're doing. It's like I feel like we have a bunch of inept people in positions that really can make a difference in this, that simply do not have the foresight and awareness to see what I'm talking about. So if we could get the conservation departments and the tournament organizations to get on board with this, you could just stop it. This would be a non-issue, and we could preserve the tradition and the heritage of the sport, which there was nothing wrong with it, guys. Before all this crap came about 25 years ago in fishing, there was nothing wrong with fishing. Everybody loved it. You didn't have this controversy. You didn't have the outrage. You didn't have all this drama that we have right now. You didn't have all the negativity that's surrounding the technology. It has done nothing but degrade and destroy the sport of bass fishing. And I'm telling you guys right now, this AI technology is poised to be, it's poised to make forward-facing sonar look like, a cane pole or something in terms of what the potential for this is. And if we don't stop it now, it's going to be too late. All this stuff's going to creep up on us. It's like anything else in life. It's like if you are apathetic to what's going on and you just think somebody else is going to fix it and somebody else is going to save it, that is how we have problems. That's how countries turn into authoritarian dictatorships. That's how we lose the quality of our environment. That's how you get into financial problems. You have got to acknowledge that there's a problem and address it immediately and come up with a solution to it. And the solution to this is very easy. Get rid of forward-facing sonar, refuse to let AI be any part of bass fishing on a state, federal, and local level, and we're not going to have to worry about any of this. But right now, guys, we have got some dark times ahead of us because I have not seen the fact that we have adults in the room on any level, what I'm talking about right now, that's going to take care of this. So some of us, like myself, guys, we're screaming at the rooftops. I see a fire alarm going off and most people just have their heads stuck in the sand. So thank you very much for everybody out there that's fighting the good fight. Come and join the good fight, get on the right side of history here, and eventually maybe we'll turn this thing around and we'll save the sport for our next generation and our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren, because right now it's not looking too good for them. So let me know what you guys think. We'll talk later.